In the world of boxing, champions are made in the ring, but sometimes their greatest battles are fought outside of it. And it was nothing different for the Viper of boxing, Vernon Forrest. He was a warrior, a two-division world champion, a man who had defeated one of the greatest boxers of all time, Shane Mosley. That too, not once, but twice. But he didn't know that fate was planning something unjust for him. And the world didn't know that on the night of July 25th, 2009, they would lose this champion forever. And not in the ring, but on the cold streets of Atlanta, Georgia, in one of the most senseless murders in boxing history. Born on February 12th, 1971, in Augusta, Georgia, Vernon Forrest was destined to be great. As the world moved on as usual, a boy destined to inspire millions was born. None in that quiet neighborhood could have predicted that this young boy, born to a working-class family, would one day rise to become one of the greatest boxers the sport had ever seen. But Vernon was not ready to let their thoughts win. His talent was undeniable. From the age of 9, he wore his gloves, stepping into a world where pain, struggle, and glory were competing with each other. And that is when he stepped into a boxing gym for the first time. And guess what? He fell in love instantly. With each punch he threw and every drop of sweat, his passion grew. And by the time he became a teenager, boxing was his breath. His speed, power, and discipline only made his journey nourishing. And in no time, Forrest amassed an amateur record of 225 wins against just 16 losses. But his defining moment came in 1992, when he stepped into the ring against a young, undefeated sensation named Shane Mosley during the U.S. Olympic trials. No one gave Forrest a chance. Mosley was everyone's favorite, but Vernon Forrest was not ready to lose as well. And the fight was brutal. Both men fought with everything they had, but Forrest's sharp techniques and impressive footwork troubled Mosley. After 3 adrenaline-rushing rounds, Vernon won the match. And just like that, Vernon Forrest punched his ticket to the 1992 Olympic Games. But Forrest didn't know that he just defeated Shane Mosley, a man who would later become one of his greatest rivals in time. Even though he hit his luck in the 1992 Summer Olympics, his journey ended without a medal after falling ill from food poisoning, but that only made him crave even better. And later that year, he turned professional, and his career just skyrocketed. With determination and unmatched power, he tore through the welterweight division like a madman. For the next decade, Vernon remained undefeated, crushing every opponent who dared to step in the ring against him. But in 2002, fate knocked at his door again. Forrest was offered a title shot against Shane Mosley, the same man he had defeated in the amateurs. But this time, Mosley was a megastar, an undefeated world champion who scared his competitors. But Vernon Forrest didn't care. He had already beaten him once in the early days, and he could do it again. On January 26, 2002, the two fighters finally met in the professional ring where the atmosphere was electric, with millions watching all around the globe. Forrest was dominating the match from the very beginning while knocking him down twice in the second round. And just like that, Mosley went down. Once. Twice. The man who was supposed to be unbeatable just got shattered into pieces. The world just witnessed the rise of a new superstar, Vernon Forrest, the new WBC welterweight champion of the world and the fighter of the year. Life couldn't have been better for him. But was that meant to last long? Like many champions, Forrest's reign at the top was not meant to last long. Just months after his greatest victory, Forrest stepped into the ring against a fearless Nicaraguan brawler named Ricardo Mayorga. In what was supposed to be an easy title defense, Mayorga shocked the world by knocking out Forrest in the third round. His reign as champion was over, leaving the world in shock. Then the rematch came, but the result was the same. Mayorga won again. And just like that, Vernon Forrest was no longer a world champion. The injuries that he suffered on that day took a toll on his career, forcing him to take a long break from the sport. Many believed his career was over. But true champions never stay down. In 2005, Vernon Forrest made his comeback. He moved up to the light middleweight division and grabbed the WBC title, not once, but twice, and the world was starting to believe in Forrest again. Forrest believed that his true purpose in life was to give back. But no one, not even Vernon Forrest, could have predicted what would happen on the night of July 25th, 2009. That night, Vernon had taken his godson to a gas station in Atlanta, Georgia. He was traveling with his godson. While inside the car, he also realized that his tire was low on air. After purchasing some items from the gas station, Forrest stepped out to fill his tire with air while his godson remained in the car. Suddenly, a man approached him with a gun. The man was young, armed, and desperate. He robbed Forrest, took his Rolex and his ring, and ran off. Forrest did what any man would do. He grabbed his firearm and chased the man down. But what Forrest didn't know was that there was a second man hiding in the shadows who was watching him. As Vernon chased the thief down an alley, that man, believing Forrest was a threat, opened fire. 7 gunshots, and all from behind. Within seconds, the life of a world champion and humanitarian was gone. Vernon Forrest was gone. The world was in shock. Thousands gathered to say goodbye to the man who gave his heart to boxing and his soul to charity. At his funeral, 1,500 people gathered, including famous boxers like Antonio Tarver, Buddy McGirt, and Evander Holyfield. The man who had spent his entire life fighting inside the ring had now died on the streets in a senseless act of violence. The Atlanta Police Department immediately launched an investigation, and the surveillance footage from the gas station captured the image of the 3 people behind the crime. The man who robbed Forrest was Demario Ware. Jaquante Cruz was the getaway driver, and Charmone Sinkfield was the man who pulled the trigger. Ballistics confirmed that his gun fired the 7 fatal shots that killed Vernon Forrest. Just like that, justice was served. In 2011, Ware and Cruz received life sentences without parole. Sinkfield, the shooter, received 2 life sentences without the possibility of parole. But no sentence could bring Vernon Forrest back, and the void left by Forrest's death could never be filled. But his foundation continues to help children in need, and his story continues to inspire millions worldwide. So what do you think? Should Vernon Forrest have just walked away that night, or did he do exactly what a true champion would do until their last breath? Let us know in the comment section. Also, remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep up with all the curveballs we throw your way. Until next time, catch you in the next one.